Florio, I know the leagues, they're going to be meeting here before the season starts about the new kickoff situation. What's your thoughts on the new kickoff rule and how it's going? And can they actually make changes this late, like before the season? Like, how does that all work?
There was a conference call on Monday where the league had a couple of different executives available to answer questions from the media. And I asked, is there a chance that we see the touchback point when you kick it off into the end zone or out of the end zone on the fly? Could it move from the 30 to the 35? Because my concern is coaches are looking at this, and the average return position, the field position to start these drives, is like the 28.3. Just give up the extra 1.7, put it at the 30. I don't have to worry about a long return. I don't have to pin my career on some screwy thing happening that keeps me from getting to the playoffs. Now, they said that it's not likely that it'll change, but they didn't rule out changes being made down the line. And I don't like the idea of changes happening once the season starts. I think you got to respect the integrity of the season. You can't have the touchback point be the 30 for the first month and then say, oh, we're not getting enough returns. Let's make it the 35.
How come, though? Hey, hold on, though. Because as you were explaining that there could be coming some change down the road, and then you talked about how middle of the season you wouldn't want to see that change. How come, though? It's a brand new play. Everybody knows that. So it wouldn't be like, would it be just because the end of the season isn't the exact same as the first season when it comes to this particular play? Maybe somebody will get an unfair advantage. Because I don't think they're going to change it either. We all know the NFL. They're going to at least let this thing ride for 1 year. And what we're going to see is a weird kickoff-looking thing and a bunch of touchbacks to all the points that you made. And also just as kicker, it's like having conversations with special teams coordinator who's still in league before kickoffs in real situations. It's like, hey, we can't give up return here at all. No reason for it. Like, no reason right now. Make sure this is a touchback. We need this thing out of here. It's like the 30-yard thing. Nobody's going to adjust it. So the NFL's not going to change it before the season. We all know how they kind of operate. But if it gets through the first 8 weeks and it's just the same shit and it just looks weird, it's like it's almost doing more of a detriment to the kickoff play as opposed to trying to save the kickoff play. You know, that's kind of my angle on that thing. That's why I would like to hear like because so if they change it week 9 and there's a memo, hey, touchbacks come out to 35 now, like just to try to save this shit. Like I've kind of tried to wrap my mind around that already happening, but I am very open to a counterpoint on why you don't think it would be like fair or maybe the integrity would be questioned in that whole thing.
Historically, they don't like to change any rules once the games start because you want the full season to have played out under the same rules.
Got it.
So it's the 30 from week 1. Once you start down that path, games are influenced by that. You don't want to change it to the 35 halfway through the season, even 2 or 3 games into the season. That's why they have the chance next week. AJ mentioned the meeting. The meeting is primarily about this private equity thing they're trying to do. But I reported today at PFT, it's on the agenda. The kickoff discussion / update is on the agenda. It doesn't mean there's going to vote, but once you got 24 owners or 32 together, all you need is 24, and they can change anything they want. 3/4 of the owners can come together and say, we want to do this. And I'd like to think they'll understand where this is going. And I think some of the coaches are keeping their cards close to the vest because they just like to get through to week 1. The rule is the rule, kick it out of the end zone. We don't want to play this game. We don't want these returns. We don't want this new formation. We don't want to be the guinea pigs for it. Just give them the 30. If you make it the 35, then we got to put the ball in play. So I think that if the owners really understand what's happening, if they talk to enough of the coaches, they'll get the same sense I've gotten, that by the time week 1 rolls around, a lot of these coaches are going to be kicking it out of the end zone.
Absolutely. You just signed a guy to cover kicks for you. You already have him on the punt team in a spot where he doesn't know how to block, but then you add in a couple kickoffs, and it's like, if this dude accidentally peeks this way, are you going to let, like, we're saving a kickoff, though.
Hell yeah.
Remember.
And you don't have to practice it either. That's another reason to kick it out of the end zone. If your standard approach is we're kicking it out every time, you can take that play, the kick coverage play, and you don't have to waste a single rep of practice on it all year long. That's another reason to do it.
Move out to the 35 team.
So,
that's all.
They got till Tuesday. Tuesday. They can do it Tuesday. The owners can do it if they want to do it.
You guys can do it. Why don't you do it?
You do
Save
it.
the play.
We're playing good.
We love football, don't we? I mean, we love special teams. For special teams, there's 3 phases.
Yeah.
Let's not get to a point where we feel obligated to eliminate one of them because we instituted a rule that wasn't going to affect anything except for make the play look worse. Because now whenever people go to the bathroom during kickoffs, they're actually going to say, That's fucking weird. And then they're going to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So we don't need that being the situation with the new rule. We need is, this is electrifying. This is fun. This is a whole new ball game. And like, well, we've been comparing stats to like UFL, what they do. It's like UFL kickers, no offense. There has been a few good ones, great ones that have come out of the UFL. Jake Bates, Aubrey, I believe, has kicked there. Taylor Russolino's got an opportunity. Like, the NFL kickers, if they want to kick a touchback right now, that is just
every time.
That is a layup almost at this point, especially with the way the rules are. So that's going to go to 30. Anyways,